So guys, was an addict here, recovering meth addict. You know, I've got a lot of addictions I have overcome. I've got a lot of times that I've fell back as well, you know, but I'm still here standing, fighting. You know, I know what I'm made of, and I know what I want, and I know what I don't want. And that's not to be an addict, you know. Spent 35 years, you know, of my life in trauma, and, you know, I got clean and I started to discover me, inside me. You know, I did a lot of things throughout these 6 years. It's been 6 years since I started this journey. 6 fucking years, you know. And still days where, you know, I think, what the fuck is this? Why am I fighting, you know? But yeah, 6 years ago I started, and, you know, I did everything possible to discover myself and how to live life without wanting to use, die, you know. So there's days where, you know, I still think about it, you know, don't get me wrong, every day I do, you know. But I've got a lot more to love now, especially my cat, you know. If I didn't have him, I don't know where I'd be, because, you know, he come at the time where I was, you know, I was done, you know. But I'm a lot stronger than I was 2 years ago. You know, he's 2 this month. I'm a lot stronger than I was 2 years ago. And as I go on through my recovery, I start to get stronger and stronger, and I see that I'm not as weak as I was when I first started. But I've gone through stuff, and, you know, the way I discovered myself was many ways. You know, I observed my behavior. You know, I discovered and understood why I am who I am. You know, why and how to not flip out as well. You know, I've got a massive anger problem. Not many people see it. You know, if I lived with you, you'd see it. If I spent a lot of time with you, you'd see it, you know. I stand away from most things because I don't want that anger to come out, and sometimes it's really hard to control it. You know, and that's where I started to hurt myself, you know, because it was that much inside me that I literally felt like hurting something, you know. So I would hurt myself to bring that scale down, you know. You know, I did a lot of research on the internet, you know. I read a lot of stuff, you know. If I read something and it was something that, you know, really clicked with me, I fucking write it down, you know. And I used to put a lot of it up, you know, little quotes and stuff from things I learnt, you know. And a lot of the stuff I write on Facebook is from, you know, my own thoughts of, you know, how I felt there and then, you know, some of the things I write. And I look back and I think, oh wow, like, that's just incredible, the things I write and how it comes to, because sometimes I've got nothing in the head, you know. There's absolutely nothing. But sometimes I've got a really smart mind, you know. But I did a lot of shadow work, you know, just, you know, finding that inner child, you know. Where my trauma started is where that inner child is, and if I don't find that inner child of where it was last left when that first trauma started, I won't move forward in life, you know. I had to find her, grab her, hug her, bring her forward, and meet child, adult Bella, you know. So, and it was hard to find her, you know. You can't just, you know, sit down and say, okay, where is my inner child? You have to go back into history, and you have to remember things, and you have to go through things to find her, you know. And it's incredibly painful. You know, there's times where I've gone through this healing, and it's been so painful. No one knows the things that I've gone through, because I've done it alone, and I'm very silent, you know. I do share my stuff, but they don't know the things I do to myself, and, you know, the shit that I go through in my head, you know, like psychopath shit, you know. But I just stay silent and try and maintain this inner beast, you know. And I've never hurt anyone, and I'm kind of happy I haven't, because I think there's an anger inside that if I unleashed it, I don't know where I'd be, because there's something not right inside here, and, you know, the anger I get, but I've never actually hurt someone physically, so I haven't, you know, let it out. And that's good, because when I feel this anger, like, it's real fucked up, like, it's real scary, you know. But yeah, I had to learn to tame that down too, and a lot of it was to stay away from fucking everything and anything, because everything makes me real angry, real fucking angry. If you're chewing fucking with your mouth open, it makes me angry. You know, I can hear a fly buzzing around, a mosquito, it makes me angry. You know, anything that's licking like that, you know. And same as my cat. My cat, they fucking have an obsession with licking. I had to, like, I don't know how I got through that without killing him. But yeah, I did a lot of writing, you know. I spent 6 years just like when a thought come to my head, I write it down. If I had a memory, you know, there's one time where I was sitting there and I was thinking, I used to hold my breath when I was younger until I passed out, and I passed out on the bed. That come to my head once, so I wrote it down. Why would I do that? What is the case? Why would I hold my breath until I pass out at a young age? I'm talking about like 7 years old. So little things are written down, you know. And then once I went from writing into, you know, from what I'm thinking in a messy book, there's all sorts of shit I've written, you know, along these books, you know. I transfer it into a big book and I'd make it pretty and I'd turn it into a scrapbook and I relive it and I'd understand it, and a lot of it I'd find triggers. I'd write it back down, and that last bit I read it before it was complete, I'd find a trigger and I think, oh, that's a trigger. So I started to learn my own triggers, you know, and coming out to be able to live life, you know, outside my four walls with my triggering from people, my social anxiety, my fucking phobia of the outside world, you know, to even just come out here like this is a huge step. Like, I don't like talking to people. I don't want to talk to people. I don't need friends. I don't want friends, you know, because they don't understand the real me inside, and no one knows the real me inside, and the real me inside is something that's not very nice. And people say, oh yeah, you are nice, well, they don't see the real side of me, and I moved out alone so I don't hurt anyone, because the anger I have is really alarming, like really alarming. And if I stay alone, I even get cranky at myself and I fucking smack myself in the head, you know. At least it's just me, you know, it's not anything else. But yeah, so looking at stuff on the internet, you know, I discovered my own mental health throughout my 6 years, and the way I did that is I would write how I felt. So there was a feeling that I used to get and I did not understand it, and it was the most times where I used to go back to my addictions is when I felt this, and I never understood it until I got clean and I started to write how I felt on the internet. It would come up and it'd say, this is what you're feeling, blah, blah, blah. But I had to write it in, so it's like feeling like I'm outside my body. So I'm driving the car and I feel like something's driving the car and I'm sitting beside myself, watching myself drive the car. So I'd type that in, you know, and I'd type a couple other things I'm feeling. And then I would discover like a disorder, and I think and start to read, I thought, yeah, that sounds fucking spot on to me. And I find along the lines that a lot of it's coping mechanisms and stuff that I've created myself to get past the shit I've been through. And I don't talk about my traumas. I don't talk about the things that I actually had. A lot of it I haven't told a lot of people, you know. I don't let it out. And maybe one day I will let it out and talk to someone. But like, it's just always been inside. And that's why that first relationship I got into in recovery activated a lot of sexual trauma that nobody knows about, you know, no fucking one knows about. I don't blare it. I don't, you know, it's not something I blare because it's just, yeah, it's not nice. It's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking. It's very confusing. It's hard to understand it, you know. But yeah, so I went through the internet and, you know, watched videos of people suffering from mental illness, drug addiction, music. I typed my music. The way I found all my songs is that I type in how I felt and there'd be a song that had that same thing in it. And all my songs in my one category is all deep recovery songs, and they may be depressing songs, but they fucking got me through some shit. You know, and I love them to death because that's exactly how I felt and how I feel. And there's days where I go through and I'm you know, I'm fucking manic, like I'm feeling real good and I'm fucking blah, 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 blah. And then there's most days where I'm not. And I go through just, I can go through my days with 5 different personalities, you know. I'll wake up and say, yes, I feel so good right now. Fuck yeah, this is awesome. And then throughout the day I hit different stages, you know. But just understanding that, yeah, and then just going back on everything that broke me. everything that broke me. You know, I dedicate one day a year to the day I got clean and the day I lost my friend. Because, you know, I wasn't even really friends, but for some reason it hit hard. And I believe it's because I didn't mourn for my father. And it's the only male that I knew in my life that I actually cared about, that I had close contact with, you know. And when he killed himself, something happened inside of me and I mourned, you know. And, you know, I was on my last legs as well. I was going that day. I had already tried it 3 times and somehow I woke up, you know. Somehow I got through it. This day I was going, and as I was saying goodbye, that happened and I got that phone call and it pulled me back into this, wow. Then the next day I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking, I stopped everything. And I'm talking like I had a full liter of fucking bourbon, homemade bourbon, you know. I was a mess. I was fucking drinking so hard. Yeah, I got real messy towards the end, you know, and then just, and I don't know, I don't go to meetings, you know. I've asked to be on a show, I've asked to do things, and I don't do it because I know that I'm a loner, and I know that I enjoy myself on my own. I didn't always enjoy me. I had to learn how to enjoy me. I sat alone with no TV and just like, because my head was fucking loud, man. My head was so friggin' loud. And when the silence was there, that's when it was be the loudest, you know. Silence is loud, if you know what I mean. So I had to learn how to bring this mind to rest, you know, and that took a lot of things too. I learned to meditate, you know. I used to meditate sometimes for an hour, you know, just to escape my own emotions and go into a different realm, just so I could get through life. Like, there's so many things that I've done to get past the things that I'm feeling, you know. It's an incredible journey, you know, an absolutely incredible journey. You know, I've always put fitness in my recovery, and I've always put meditation in my recovery, and some sort of writing, you know. You know, I used to be really obsessive with writing. Like, I used to have 5 different calendars. Eating calendar, fucking shitting calendar, like, you know, just full on, you know. Now I'm a bit more settled and I understand, but I had to learn and train to be this woman that you're looking at, you know. I was a mess. I couldn't do shit on my own. Like, I had to really go out and understand life completely new, because I didn't even know there was stop signs in a car park until I got clean, and I started to like look around and go, whoa, fucking, like, wow, you know, just my eyes were opening up. But I had to learn a lot of things. It didn't just happen like that. You know, I put a lot of time to myself, and I did put a lot of time to myself because I'm a loner, you know. And the only one that's going to help me at that time was myself, because I fucking hated humans, you know. Hated them. Couldn't stand them, you know. I have a phobia of kids, you know. I'm scared of fucking babies. Like, there's so much shit in my head that no one knows, that is just like, why? Why the fuck is this happening? But yeah, so my healing journey has been, I wish I recorded it from day one and just showed everyone how I done it, because it's just, I don't know where I got this from. I don't know if in a past life I've done this and this is my second chance at doing it, of knowing what I already know, but my psychiatrist said that you think like a psychiatrist. I'm a fucking drug addict. How the fuck is that possible? And I should probably go out there and help people with my skills, but nah, it's not for me. I just help myself, you know. I just help myself and I don't care about anything else, you know. I just live my life through my ups and downs, you know. There's days where I fucking feel so fucking low that I just want to fucking tap out, and there's days where I feel good. And when I feel good, I get up and do the things that I can, like clean, write, you know, just things for myself. You know, I'm trying to get back into my big book because I haven't done that for like over a year, you know. But yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a real big journey. You just got to discover. You've got to look into every aspect of yourself and discover and unravel everything you have been through, even if you don't remember it. And you've got to live it again to get past it. And it fucking hurts, yeah. It nearly killed me. It fucking nearly killed me. Like, that shit nearly killed me. But somehow I come out the other end and I'm like, woo, you know. Today I feel good. Today I feel really good. I'm dropped my sister off to do her shopping. Today I'm going to go home and just chill at home. Fucking, I love chilling on my own. I love being at my house, just doing jack shit, to tell you the truth. I love it, you know. I've done my fitness the last 3 days, so Thursday, Friday I rest. It's a rest day, so I'm going to rest. I'm going to enjoy my day and, you know, probably watch some TikTok, maybe try and watch a movie, which I don't know how to watch a movie because I can't sit still watching a movie. I fucking don't know what's wrong with me, you know, and I can't fucking stand still. Like, it's just crazy. I'm sure I've got ADHD or just like, I don't know, my head's just, but I love days when I feel good because I do enjoy those ones. So, happy recovery, guys. Go and discover yourself, mate. Go and do shadow work. Go within. Within is dirty. Within is fucking ugly. Go and do it. Go and fucking do it. See how you go. But yeah, no. Go and do it. Fucking discover yourself. If you want to get past your trauma, you want to be happy, you want to be something, you have to get past that. If you want to not go back to all the shit that makes you worse in life, you got to discover all that to move forward. So, and if you don't, stay in the same spot. If you're not ready to change, if you're not ready to make things better, if you're not ready to, you know, change life to make it help you, then you'll stay at the same person, you know. You know, if you're starting your journey today, it's going to take you about 4 years to discover and be at a good place. Happy journey. Anyway, if anyone wants to see any of the stuff I do, just, you know, look on all my platforms, you know. Type in Was an Addict and you'll find it. Try and share my story to the best ability I can. You know, I've always been afraid of going live. I can do pre videos and stuff. But, you know, I've got a lot of things that I've shared that I've done to get through. This is more in depth, you know, a little bit more in depth, and it's all in the one thing as well. But yeah, it's been rough, yeah. I'd love to make a movie, you know, but yeah, that's just not me. I just rather be in my little house with my little pussy, that pussy, and just, you know what? I enjoy my own company. That's so fucking weird to say because I hated myself. I enjoy. You know what? It's like I've got like me and psycho me, and we just like going together. And it's just like a little fun day, you know. What am I going to be today? Who am I going to be? Anyway, that's mental health, yeah. All right, guys, happy recovery.